Kuali Teotlak. Good afternoon. Buenas tardes. My name is Quetzal Vasquez, and I am, this is my YouTube channel. I've had it for a while, but I haven't been able to use it. And I did about, I guess about 5 years ago, I was doing the new moon rituals, but it was taking time, and so I was a professor at a university, but now I'm retired. I retired from teaching. Now I'm doing all the things I've always wanted to do, but couldn't. Yeah, although now I get to do all these cool things that and try to build my channel. All right, so I'm an artist, right? I do artist healing, and I come from a long line of curanderas. My mom, this is my mom back here, my tia Vicky, my Juanita, all these people did these things. I mean, we didn't have a neon sign in our yard or anything, but everybody seemed to find them. So it was a very different thing to grow up with a mom that was always helping people, right? Including us. Okay, so what you're going to need, this is the new moon ritual, the Metsli Luna ritual, and so we're going to write, okay? You need a brand new journal, preferably one that has a packaging, so not that many people have touched it. And then we're going to consecrate it. I'll show you in a minute how to do that. Also, if anybody touches it, but just put it away. You know where I put it? I put it in my bookshelf in between one of the books. It's real thin. It's only going to be for this year. So there you go. You need a pen. Doesn't have to be this one, but I like it. I have to hide it from my cats. And you need sage, and you need a white candle. Those are the things that you absolutely need. Now, this is blue, but the wax needs to be white. Okay, let's go ahead and proceed. We're going to smudge the space that we're going to be doing our ritual in, right? Whether it's in your bedroom or in the living room. If you have a studio, I'm working on mine right now. And then we're going to sage it with this. You light it. Make sure it gets a good thing going. Sometimes it's difficult to light, and that's because the energy is heavy, right? That's when you really need to try to light it. Okay, so you smudge your body after you do the room. You smudge your body, especially your feet, right? You're not going to have shoes on when you're smudging the room, or you're smudging yourself. And you know, a lot of people tell you to take off your shoes when you come into their house, and I know we get offended because, I don't know, maybe our feet smell, or maybe we have a hole in our sock, or whatever the reason may be. We get offended, but why should we, right? I love to be barefoot. Anyway, and it's really good for grounding. If you go outside barefoot, the best thing for your total body health. Okay, so you light the incense. You've already smudged your whole body. You put your incense in like a little ceramic bowl. Preferably if it has a little pedestal, that would be good. Don't put it in anything metal, because in metal it transfers into the wood, okay, or whatever you may have if it's plastic that you have your bowl on. You know, a molcajete is really good. You know, a mortar and pestle, because they have those little feet. Okay, that's a good thing. So you put it down, you light your candle, and then you open up your journal. Okay, and then for the first time, right, that we're going to use our journal, we're going to consecrate it. And so you're going to put your hand, you're going to give it a little smudge. You're going to put your right hand over the journal, and you're going to say, I dedicate this new moon journal to manifesting all the new moon intentions that I carefully write in it, right? You want to be careful about what you write. Writing is very powerful, okay? And then then that's going to be ready to go. Also, you want to do that if somebody touched it, like sometimes your kid might touch it, or your partner, your mom, anybody. If they touch it, then you consecrate it again and you cleanse it, okay? So I'm going to give you different areas that are the moon is in Aries, right? It started yesterday evening, and so you've got about 3 days to do this, and then you can still do it, but it's not as strong because well, the moon's not as new. The more days that go by, the less new it is. So yeah. So and there's certain areas that are ruled by Aries, right? Your health, your creation and initiative, self-awareness, virtue and validity, self-development, autonomy, and naturaleza de guerrera, and that's your warrior nature, and disconnecting egoism, right? So those are all good things to work on, and this will help us. This will help us do that. In the matters, so every moon has certain parts of your body, and Aries has the head, right? It's covers like acne. If you have acne, eye difficulty, head, face, scalp, brain, and headaches, dizziness, anything like that. Anything that has to do with the head, right? Then you can write it in. So here are a few examples. If you can't think of anything, and then maybe these will go off to something else. You can use them or you cannot use them. It's up to you. But you always have to do it in the positive, not the negative, not like you're asking for it. It's like you already have it. I learned that from someone a long time ago. I used to work with this African American woman, Elisa Sample, and she'd be like, no, you just tell Jesus. You got it. You got it. Thank you. You thank him for it, right? So she was very spiritual. So you can say something like a total healing of my, say, brain, of my eyes, of my nose, of my throat, maybe of your ears, anything like that, right? And so you can also say, I easily attract, recognize it, and begin working with the right healers for me that restore to my perfect health, right? Because sometimes if you get a bad doctor, they just keep, here's a good rule. If they're just taking care of the symptoms, but not investigating why it's happening, then you need another doctor, right? Or at least a different opinion. And so that I attract the right information that leads to a total healing of my, say, my brain, my ears, my lips, my teeth, my tongue, my throat. So sometimes we're not going to get that from a doctor. I'm not saying not to go to the doctor. Please don't misunderstand me. I'm saying that we need to. Sometimes you're going to get information from your tia, your prima, your aunt or your cousin. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on Instagram. Sometimes you're going to get some other types of wellness, right? Okay. Okay. The other thing is I easily find myself taking action that leads to successful restoring to my brain, my whatever it is, right? To perfect health and beauty. Okay, so those are a few things that you can use that may spur other things that you want that I haven't covered, but it's just kind of like an example and how to ask it. How you ask it, very important. Aries rules creation and initiative, including blazing new paths, initiating things, high energy, taking action. Taking action is really important because you can have all the greatest ideas, but sometimes we don't take action. Look at me. I know I'm supposed to be doing this, but it took a few of my friends. Henry de Leon, thank you so much. But, sometimes you just prioritize other things. And what's more important than giving people information for them to be healthy, okay? Innovative approaches, okay? So these are a few examples that will stimulate high energy, right, or initiative. Now, you can listen to me now, and that's great, right? I may give you other information, but all of this that I'm telling you, except those little side anecdotes about my mom and my tia and my cousin Patty. So you want to do, I'm going to put all of that in the description, okay? So you don't feel like you have to be writing anything down, okay? So there you go. I have lots of high energy and vitality. You can just write that. I easily find myself pursuing those activities that increase my energy. I have a success, like working out. I hate to work out, but I know I need it because I have a bulging L5, right? So that's the only thing that's going to get my legs back going the way they're supposed to be going. I easily find, okay, not that. I did that one already. I have a successful new beginning in. For me, it's going to be in this new moon ritual, okay? I easily find myself initiating action to start my YouTube channel. But it can also be other things, eating better, eating more vegetables. I have friends who have never eaten vegetables. And I have family who has never eaten vegetables. You can't be okay without the vegetables, right? Meat, it'll kill us. I mean, but we are meat eaters. We're Mexican after all. And so we are meat eaters, but you know, that whole thing is not a white thing. You know, I have friends and family who have said, "Oh, Deborah, that's a white thing," or Kutzpah, that's a white thing. And it's like, no, it's not. Our indigenous ancestors ate a lot of vegetables and sometimes meat when they could hunt it and get it, right? Other than that, they didn't eat meat. They ate the vegetables, they ate tortillitas. Oh, I love fresh corn tortillas. Anyway, I'll do one where I'm showing you how to do that, how to make them. I used to have a cafe. I've done everything. Anyway, let's see. All fears around blazing those new beginnings with, say, the YouTube channel are easily lifted from me. Okay, now you don't have to use the YouTube channel. You can use whatever, you know. But we want to also not be afraid of it, right? We want to just do it. All my fears of being the first are totally lifted from me. Sometimes you're afraid of being the first person. Like, I never used to see Mexicans on YouTube, right? And so I'd be like, we don't do that, or what? But then as I started searching and searching more, I started finding all these Latinos that were doing YouTube and sharing some amazing things. So I initiate a happy new beginning in my relationship with, and so that could be your partner, it can be your friend, it could be your coworkers, your boss. I'm glad I don't have one anymore. I easily initiate ways that create mutual trust and support in my relationship with partner, siblings, parents. Now, Aries rules self-awareness, and that's including the physical body, survival issues, and instincts and assertiveness. So a few examples to strengthen the self are, okay, I easily find inner radiance and joy manifesting. Oh, now there's something else going by. I easily find my inner radiance and joy manifesting in my face and physical appearance. Have you ever met anybody who has that resting bee face? And yeah, it's like, how could, I don't know if they always know it. I tell them because I don't know if they know. So I feel like it's my business to tell them. I have to look at it. So yeah, sometimes we don't even, it's not even grumpier. Yeah. We can help them with that. I find myself easily trusting my instincts, right? I used to teach, I've been doing healing arts for over 20 years. And so I started with young women that were young moms from 12 to 21. And then I moved over to Bell House Arts, that elders over 55. Now I am an elder. I can go take the program. And so I developed their education program. And so there was at one of the places out in the boonies, there was this little white woman, right? And she was just she had this face like, and one day I was going by and I was giving her a canvas, and I had this instinct to go in back of her and just hug her. Now, you can't do that with too many people because they'll be upset with you. So I did. And she grabbed my hand and she just did that. She said she hadn't been hugged in so long. Oh my God. So we hugged every time we saw each other then. So that's all it was. And that fixed that. And she was the best student after that. I really liked her. She was one of my faves. Um, I'm consciously aware of myself and accepting of myself as walking the earth as a beautiful or handsome person or both. I'm gender fluid. And I usually find myself taking myself into account in all situations, right? Yeah, you have to think about yourself also. A friend, Davidito, and we were all talking about what we were going to get out of this thing we were proposal. And he's like, we weren't including him. And he's the one that brought it to us. And he said, what does Davidito want? And I was like, oh, Davidito, I'm so sorry. So yeah, sometimes you just got to say, I need to be taken into account too. There's nothing wrong with that. I usually find myself making choices that are in my best interests for my own survival. And I find myself embracing and loving myself, right? You can't love anybody else unless you love yourself. Or it's going to be pretty skewed. I usually find myself consistently asserting myself in healthy ways, right? You don't have to be obnoxious about it. We know who we are, and we have to go with the strengths and improve on the weaknesses. Okay, so virtue and validity. Aries rules virtue and validity. That's honesty, authenticity, impulsiveness, straightforwardness. I'm real straightforward, and that's not always taken well. They say they want it, but they don't always. Okay, so here are a few examples to encourage virtue and vitality. Let's see. I usually find myself acting on my constructive inner impulse. I easily find myself behaving in ways that allow a certain person, maybe our boss, maybe our partner, maybe our whoever that is, to see who I am and to respect me. I find myself honestly revealing my thoughts and my feelings. We're so afraid of showing our feelings and our thoughts. Why? Well, because people act like they don't want to hear them. I am totally confident and I'm simply being myself. Yeah. I really like this new idea that YouTube is having, these YouTubers that are just talking to people. Because, oh my God, those other ones are just, they're too much for me. Okay, here we are. Let's see. I'm totally confident in simply being myself. I easily find myself saying the right words to others that are reflective of my true self, right? The more you know yourself, the easier it is to let people know who you are. Let's say I usually find myself being authentic with others, letting them know what I'm experiencing inwardly in a kind, non-blaming kind of way. You know, I hate blamers, right? Always blaming everything on everything else, and it's like, some of that's your fault. Anyway, though, I easily find myself being more honest about who I am in a relationship with whoever that is, my partner, my friends, whoever that is. I find myself being more straightforward in all my relationships. That covers everything. Okay, Aries rules self-development, including exploration, taking risks, eagerness, and competition. Here's a few examples to further our self-development. I easily find myself taking those risks that lead to personal growth and power and positive renewal, right? You want to just take risks, right? In doing something that you think you can't do. I mean, a lot of times we don't think we can do things, and we really can. I easily find myself filled with eagerness for exploring each new day. I view any setbacks as opportunity for creative self-discovery, right? When I'm painting, I'm a 2 and a 3D artist, so I do multimedia. So when I'm painting, I think that the best paintings are when I mess up, right? And I'm like, that's it. I'm going to have to start over. And the reality is that I don't have to start over. I just have to keep working at it. And everything kind of works out. And it works out better than what I initially wanted to do. So just keep working at it. I easily find myself filled with the joy of self-development in every area of my life. All aversion to exploring new paths is totally lifted from me, right? So Aries rules autonomy, including self-direction, self-reliance, autonomy, of course, and self-sufficiency. Okay, here are a few things. Examples. I easily find myself accepting the leadership of my own life. Take leadership of your own life. Nobody should take it for you. Nobody should be leading your life for you. Okay? And I know you have husbands and wives that want to do that to you. Don't let them, right? Because that's how people get divorced, right? Someday one person gets tired of it and they're gone, or the person taking the lead is tired of leading and they're gone, right? So yeah, take responsibility for your own self. I easily find myself being kind and generous with myself. Yes, be very nice and generous with yourself. I experience my generosity comes in art supplies. I love art supplies. Okay, I experience autonomy in my relationship with whoever your partner is, right? I easily find myself going in independent directions that are healthy and constructive for me. I easily find myself cultivating self-reliance. And I easily find myself making decisions that are in my own best interest. Okay? I easily find myself that's it. I easily find myself trusting myself, right? Sometimes we don't trust ourselves to make those decisions, right? And why shouldn't we? We're the experts of our own life. I easily find myself following my constructive instincts in making decisions. Okay, great. Now, it's Aries rules are naturaleza, de guerrera, right? That's our warrior nature, right? It includes courage, leadership, strength, vigilance, and boldness. We have to teach that to our kids since they're little. You know, we don't want to teach it to them because then they're bold with us. But the reality is that's a scary world out there, and they have to take care of themselves, okay? So here are a few examples of wishes to draw out courage. I have the courage to be myself. I have lots of vital, healthy energy and courage in every area of my life. I confidently take the lead in the matter of whatever that is, right? I have the courage and awareness in actively pursuing my own goals. I am filled with strength and boldness in my approach to whatever that is. Me, myself. I am consistently vigilant in, an example is keeping my weight at whatever that is, right? With my exercise and maybe not procrastinating on projects. One more thing, Aries rules egoism, right? That's lack of awareness of others, selfishness, vanity, impulsive action that alienates others. I can do that too. And then anger, impatience, right? Here are a few examples to discourage egoism. All selfishness is totally lifted from me. You can put that in there. All impulsive actions that are against my own best interests are easily lifted from me. The habits of vanity and judgment are totally lifted from me. The non-constructive anger is easily lifted from me. All survival instincts that are socially counterproductive are easily lifted from me. All impatience is easily lifted from me. All self-defeating lack of awareness and others totally lifted from me. Okay? That's it, because we have to think of other people also. And this is why, because it eventually comes back to us. You just seal it, right? What we'll do is, after you're done, you're going to write these words to seal your intentions. I give thanks to the universe for all these new moon intentions, fully manifesting in divine time and absolute perfect alignment with my highest good and the highest good of all involved. Así sea. So, yeah, así sea means so it is. And so then you just close your book and you don't open it up until the next month ritual, right? That's not a book you're going to be looking back and forth in. But sealing it, you're going to say it, but you're also going to write the words, okay? Okay, so that's it. That's what we're going to do. This spring's newsletter is about the Mexican New Year, which is nature's New Year. It talks about this, what we're doing, and I have a calendar out that has all the days of the different philosophies connected to the different deities. Okay, so it's kind of cool, and it doesn't have any of the like Easter, Thanksgiving, all that stuff, so that it's for people of all cultures, right? You can write in your own holiday, but it's a coloring book, so you can also color in it. You're gonna like it. Okay, so yeah, I don't think I have a copy of it. Do I have a copy of one thing? I was checking the paper out, so I do have a copy. Here's one of them right here. Okay, this is March. This is the sun and the moon. Okay, all right. Yay, we're done. And I hope you guys do this. It's so good for you. And just make it a beautiful ritual. Get yourself some tea or some cacao, right? A little hot chocolate. If it's too hot, cold chocolate, right? Just things that you can relax with. I'm doing Rise right now, and that's feeling really good because I love coffee. So yeah, let's do that. And then I'll see you next month for the next new moon. Okay, and if you don't have time to go get this, but you know what, make the time, because this is about your health and this is about you. Don't put it off. But if you don't, write it on a piece of paper. Don't show it to anyone. And then when you get your journal, put it in there. Okay? I just don't want you to miss the new moon. All right. Okay. Kualioali, which means goodbye. And Tlasokamati, and that means thank you. Thank you for listening in. And don't forget to like it and subscribe. All right. So, yeah. I'm excited to connect with more of you and see where it goes from there.